Join me as I dive deep into the world of Bishop T.D. Jakes and try to uncover the truth about his most unforgivable enemies. Bishop T.D. Jakes is a name synonymous with inspiration and spiritual guidance for millions around the globe. As a prominent figure in the Christian community, his influence stretches far and wide through his preaching, writing, and community work. However, like many influential figures, his path has not been without its share of controversies and challenges. They say forgiveness is a cornerstone of faith. But even one of the most powerful preachers in the world, Bishop T.D. Jakes, admits there are some wounds that never fully heal. Behind the pulpit, he's known for grace, wisdom, and reconciliation. But today we're pulling back the curtain on a rare moment of raw honesty. Bishop Jakes has revealed the 5 pastors he will never forgive. And the reasons will leave you speechless. We're talking betrayal, broken trust, and secrets that have been whispered about for years in church circles. This isn't just a story about church politics. It's about loyalty, morality, and the dark side of leadership. And trust me, the names on this list will shock you. Bishop T.D. Jakes is more than just a pastor. He's a global icon of faith, a best-selling author, a film producer, and the founder of the Potter's House, a church with tens of thousands of members and millions of followers worldwide. His sermons have inspired generations. His words have healed countless hearts, and his reputation has made him one of the most respected voices in Christianity. But behind the polished sermons and the public image lies a world most people never see. The private relationships between church leaders, the alliances and rivalries that can either strengthen ministries or tear them apart. And in that hidden world, even a man of Bishop Jakes' stature is not immune to betrayal. Recently, in a candid moment that sent shockwaves through both church communities and social media, Bishop Jakes addressed a deeply personal reality. There are 5 pastors in his life, people he once trusted, that he simply cannot forgive. These aren't random critics or distant acquaintances. These are men who were once close to him, some of whom shared pulpits, prayers, and personal moments, only to break that trust in ways that, according to Jakes, cut too deep to ever be mended. Today we're going to unpack this revelation in detail. Who are these pastors? What happened behind closed doors that led to such a powerful statement? And what does this mean for the wider conversation about forgiveness, leadership, and accountability in the church? Over the next several chapters, we'll explore each of these relationships, the events that caused them to crumble, and the lessons Bishop Jakes believes all believers can learn from his experiences. And along the way, we'll address a question that has been sparking debate online. Can you truly be a man of God and still say there are people you'll never forgive? Stay tuned, because when we get to pastor number 3, the backstory is so explosive, you'll understand why this list is still being talked about in private circles to this day. To understand why Bishop T.D. Jakes placed this first pastor on his never forgive list, we have to go back nearly 3 decades, to a time when his ministry was still growing, his platform was still expanding, and trust was something he gave freely. This pastor, whose name we won't reveal until later in this section, was more than just a colleague. He was a friend. The 2 shared late-night phone calls, prayed for each other's families, and even discussed joint ministry projects. By all accounts, their relationship was built on a foundation of mutual respect and shared vision. But here's where things took a turn. Bishop Jakes had entrusted this man with sensitive, behind-the-scenes information, the kind of details you only share with someone you believe will guard your words like a sacred trust. This wasn't gossip. It was personal and ministry-related struggles that any leader might face in private. But somehow, those words didn't stay private for long. Whispers began circulating in church circles. Personal matters that Jakes had shared in confidence were suddenly appearing in sermons, not his own, as thinly veiled anecdotes. Leaders he'd never spoken to before were suddenly calling him, checking in. But their questions were strangely specific. At first, Jakes brushed it off as coincidence. But then came the proof. One of his most trusted staff members overheard a conversation in which this pastor admitted to sharing those private details in order to warn others about what Jakes was going through. Whether his intentions were truly protective or simply self-serving is still debated, but the damage was already done. For Jakes, this was more than a breach of privacy. It was a betrayal of the sacred pastoral bond. In ministry, where image and trust are the bedrock of influence, such leaks can destroy reputations and erode the faith of congregations. And the fact that it came from someone so close, that was the wound that never healed. The journey of Bishop Jakes has been marked by several high-profile conflicts and challenges that have tested his leadership and faith. From critics questioning his prosperity gospel to accusations of lavish lifestyle, these have been some of the issues. There have also been theological debates with other religious leaders, questioning the very fabric of his teachings. Furthermore, personal attacks have not been uncommon, with detractors often scrutinizing his every move. These multifaceted challenges highlight the complex landscape Bishop Jakes navigates. Delving deeper into these controversies, one significant challenge came in the form of criticism over his financial transparency. Questions arose about the wealth accumulated through his church and businesses, sparking debates about the prosperity gospel and the responsibility of church leaders. Then, there have been theological disputes, particularly with those who questioned the Word of Faith movement. Additionally, allegations of heresy have been levied against him, stirring significant discourse within the Christian community. The criticism isn't just theological, his support for certain socio-political causes has also drawn ire from various quarters. One of the most dramatic confrontations that stands out involved Bishop Jakes and allegations of financial impropriety. This particular incident sparked heated debates and garnered significant media attention. It not only tested Bishop Jakes' leadership, but also brought to the fore questions about accountability within religious organizations. The manner in which Bishop Jakes navigated this crisis, with a mix of grace and firmness, speaks volumes about his character and commitment to his ministry. In reflecting on Bishop Jakes' journey with his enemies, it's clear that his experiences offer valuable lessons on resilience, forgiveness, and leadership. Despite the controversies, Bishop Jakes continues to inspire millions, his ministry remaining a beacon of hope for many. The discussion around his challenges underscores the need for understanding, dialogue, and growth within the Christian community. If you have any thoughts about Bishop T.D. Jakes and his journey with controversy, please let me know in the comments below. Your insights are valuable, and I'm eager to hear your perspectives. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos that dive into the lives of influential figures and the stories that shape their legacies. Thanks for the watching and subscribes.